Are you going to bring your friends? Yeah, come on. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Is there anybody in particular you want to connect with?
Yeah, my dad and my grandmother.
Okay, very good. And are you his wife or
Friends.
Friends? Okay, good. Well, I may talk with your family and friends too, but we'll focus first with your dad. Okay. There's nothing shy about your dad, but he also carries with him more than just words, it's presence. So one of the things that I want you to know about your connection with him is that when you feel him near you, that's him. So just in quiet moments when you get still, just try to feel a sense of him or feel his presence around you, and that will start helping you to know just how strongly he is here to love you and to support you on your path. And that's one thing he says is, your path is yours. He had his walk, he had his experiences, he had his lessons, and so do you. And what he can do now is to be a presence that encourages you to embrace what's yours, instead of wondering about what might have been his or what could have been his or what he thought should be yours. There's freedom. He says you have the freedom to be you, and you have the right to know he's here to support you in being that. So it's very, very powerful, because he says it used to be that there was this kind of overlap or this expectation, and he says now there's just freedom. So just know that you can be who you are, and that's what he wants for you to be. There's a J like Joseph or Joe, who's connected to your family that your dad is recognizing. Who he's mentioning, just being a loving or supportive connection. And I don't know if you have an old watch of his, or if there's some kind of, oh yeah, he just says to talk about that being his, and just to confirm that's his, and that you wore that today to honor him. And a watch is an interesting thing because it's about time, but he's with you all the time. Just again, that presence. There's an old bench. Do you have out in your yard like a bench where you go and sit, or is there? It's like a church pew, and there's a connection with going to church when you're little. That's one thing. I don't know if there was a church where you had to sit in real uncomfortable pews, but then he also wants me to see like a path where there's a bench, and he says to go sit outside and sit on the bench and just feel his spirit and feel all your angels around you. There's a B like Betty or Bev, who's here. And now I'm talking to your grandma, and she says there's a lot of ladies who support you, and she sends all the supportive ladies your way, your grandma does. Your grandma's telling me about putting up calendars. Do you get like a inspiration every day on the email? Or yes, your grandma makes sure that you really notice the ones that are right, because she sometimes sends those to you. There are very specific messages that you know are from her, and yeah, she sends them your way. She's got this really pretty white house that she stays in on the other side. It's very simple, and she says it's home. There's a blue car too that she wants me to see. I don't know if she had driven a blue car, or if you'd had a blue car when you were younger, like as a first car. Yeah,
Firebird.
Yeah. She that was a pretty nice car, and she's remembering it and just validating it. So she says yes. And then someone did like a coaching, or did you ever coach like a softball team or a baseball team?
There's my sisters.
Yeah, your grandma says she was real proud of that. Very, very proud of that. It's so interesting, the personality differences between your grandma and your dad. It's night and day, I will tell you that. Your grandma wants to chat, your dad's a little bit more, I would almost say guarded, but he just wants to make sure that things are right between you and he, and that you know no matter what, the two of you are good. He says that you're good. Your grandma says there's an April birthday or anniversary that's in the family. And then she shows me Easter time and lilies and things like that. That's a really fun time of year, and she has a lot of good memories about that. Did she have you, like at family meals, slice the ham or slice the turkey? Was that
Turkey.
the turkey? Yeah, she remembers that and just confirms that. She always considered you the man of the family, even when you were little. And she made you feel special that way, she says. There's I don't know if you were having some problems with your low back or your hips not so long ago. Your grandma says a massage might be nice. I know you may not be. Are you a massage therapist?
No. I got, yeah.
You'll get it fixed.
Yeah.
There's lots of things to do to help with that, and she says to do it. I know massage is not the, but do it. Do it. It would help a lot, she says. And there's this little, I don't know if you've been like sawing some boards lately or building like a little birdhouse or building some kind of a little house. Your grandma's talking about building things and fixing things up and improving things. And she says everything you touch turns to gold. It may not be a big hunk of gold, but there's always little bits of gold in whatever you touch because you love so much.
We're remodeling a bunch of houses.
You're doing good with that. Yep, you do. All those homes are blessed not just by solid, sturdy construction, but she says they're blessed by your love, which is really far more valuable than, it's really valueless, and she's honoring that. There's a big pot of pasta, like spaghetti and noodles and things like that your grandma's making. So she's honoring that connection and that type of tradition with the family. And there's a town like Warrensburg or Wentzville. It's a W name. And it could be a street name too. There's a proper name. Did you go to like Weston High School?
Went to West Side School.
West Side School, yeah. She's just, again, another validation. Your dad is honoring that too, and he says he never really understood how hard you worked because he just took for granted you were supposed to work the way you did. But now your dad says he can see that you've really worked hard, and he honors that tremendously and doesn't take anything for granted anymore. He says, don't even take for granted the air that you breathe because everything in life is a gift. And your dad sees that now. He sees that and appreciates that. His transition was how he needed it to be, he says, and it was okay that it was on his terms. So he's just acknowledging that it had to be his way, and just says that you need to hear that. Your grandma shows me down south, like down into Arkansas, there's family or friends or some kind of connection down there, and she says reach out to them. And there's a lady here, like Kendra or Kim, or Casey, who's physically living, who she says to reach out to. So she's honoring that connection too. Do you do some kind of healing work or energy work?
No, I'm his landscaper.
Oh no, that is healing work. Yes, I just want you to know you have so many angels around you too. And you heal, I mean, with your gardens and landscaping and all that, don't underestimate how healing that is for you and for the people that you work for. So I just want to honor your work because it does make a huge difference and you do heal many. Your grandma also shows me this little puppy who's in her lap too. So she's taking care of a lot of animals there, but she's got her dog with her. Yeah, and it's important you know that she's got her companions. Your dad has a pipe thing too. I don't know if he smoked for a while or if he had a pipe. And do you smoke a pipe now too?
I make them.
Oh, you make the pipes? Yeah, yeah. Your dad's honoring the pipes and the connections with the smoking and all that. He won't go on record as supporting smoking, but he just thinks that's a neat connection that you and he share, and that there's a nice bond there. There's a dictionary thing too. Your dad shows me. I don't know if you have like an old set of encyclopedias from when you were younger, or some dictionaries and old books like that, but your dad knows you've got those things, and he's just acknowledging that. And that there are, all he ever wants you to do is take the best and carry it forward. That's a neat thing. He says you take the best and you move it forward, and you leave the rest behind. So he loves you so much. There's a D like Edward or Donald.
Dustin?
Dustin, he says he's acknowledging him and sends his love to him too. And there's a Michael, who's still here. Do you have a friend who's Mikey or Michael? Mm-hmm. Your dad says just make a connection with him too, because he's just a supportive, real positive person in your life. Don't bite off more than you can chew. That's your grandma. Just tell him not to bite off more than he can chew, because sometimes the spirit gets ahead of the body. But if you get the massage, then the body and the spirit will line up, so you can keep up with yourself. There's your grandma has these chickens, and she shows me a farmer's market and eggs and things like that. And she says, yeah, she remembers that. And again, that's what heaven is like. It's just like a white farmhouse with chickens, and it's really, really beautiful. And she's there, and she sees you all the time, but you'll see her fully again. But she does visit you. She's been in a couple of your dreams where she visited, and you get a sense of her. And she says, just welcome her in that way. I don't know if your grandma had worked for a phone company, or if she'd done something with. Did you help her get? There's something about calling her or getting her a cordless phone, or helping her program or dial in a phone.
Oh, yeah. When she was alive, I bought her a cordless telephone.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And I dialed in all the emergency numbers.
So she could program them.
And she could just...
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
don't know. You don't even know what a difference that made to her, because it gave her security. It just gave her a comfort. Now you've got the ultimate cordless phone now, because it's this.
Mm-hmm.
She says your heart is like a cordless phone. And then you just call her. Just call her into your heart anytime you need to. And she says that that's the way she wants us to call her anytime, because she's always in your heart, and she loves you, and your dad loves you. And I just want you to know you're celebrated. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Here you go.